Good morning, Bo and RadishPriceGuide.com. Can't start the day without either. Let's Bo.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning Bo. This is the under 10-minute edition. I'm playing host today, Seth. I got the keys, but don't worry. Rue will be back, everyone. I'm here with our friends Anthony from Cursive Breaks and Eric, Mr. Hop from Card Society. How you guys doing?
Doing great. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I missed you guys on Friday.
Yeah.
Real quick, if you're here, friends, thank you for hanging out with your morning cup of coffee or tea and the conversation, Bo. Hit the subscribe to Radish. That's how we can spread the good word of boba and make sure our little community grows times 10. So it was a big weekend for Bo Jackson Ballerina. Anthony, you were at the SGC Con in Cincy. Tell us your thoughts about it.
I was. It was amazing. Got to meet a ton of new people. Name a few. Derby City Hobbies was there. Got to run into some old friends. We know Cincinnati's the home of the B-Dub clan, so they all showed out. It was an amazing time. We had a live break from Bazooka and in coinciding with Valley Hit House. So seeing those guys and gals, we can't forget Crystal, part of Bazooka now. It was amazing. It was amazing overall. Such a great experience to go down, play a hobby that we love and that we're trying to help grow, and just be there for the experience. This was the first event with Checklist, and do want to get into some specifics of how that played out because this is a new format they premiered. But just want to thank everyone that was a part of it, right? From the team to sending Jacob/Wicked down there to kind of make sure things run smoothly, to SCG and all the judges that help out, that are still learning the game that we love. It's a massive undertaking, and I think it's pretty cool, especially for something that is so new. Still the community and other people who show up to these SCG events.
It's a good point, Anthony. It's a heavy lift, a lot of logistics in bringing something like that together. And I know it's heavy on the playing side. Obviously, this is a tournament, but maybe it's not players only. I mean, if it's a great way for collectors to go and meet some friends in the community, maybe meet some more friends. And like you mentioned, the two juggernauts of the breaking community, Bazooka and Valley, combined and had a massive break. So that's a point I wanted to make as well. And good morning, folks. Julio's here with us. Sounds like he was there as well. And Bo knows glows. There were a couple massive hits from that show. Eric, could you tell us about what was pulled?
Yeah. So the first one, let's do a burner. Super was pulled. I believe, was this out of a blaster or a double mega?
I actually don't know.
Yeah. Either one. It was out of a retail format, so it wasn't out of a hobby box, but that is Jalen Brunson Super Foil, 200 power 101. As we've seen historically, these cards sell for north of $2,000, potentially $3,000 card, depending on, who really wants it. Obviously, Jalen Brunson and the Knicks headed to the Eastern Conference Finals next week. So he's one of the most collectible players in this set as well. Huge chase. All right, so double mega officially pulled out of a double mega. What a monster card. I mean, it is very rare that you can pull a card that's worth $3,000 out of a retail format product. So to be able to do that at a battle arena is something super special. And to be Burner, who's one of the top chases in the product, like I said, his team's in the Final Four of the NBA playoffs. He's up there. So the next one that was pulled was a freak show. Definitely not financial advice. Keep it, sell it, trade it. Yeah. Use it to play with in an Apex tournament as well. This card is absolutely nasty. Freak show, Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is a great grandma's linoleum, which those are exclusive to the retail format, but being a featured Hex Power, that's a 1 of 1. So there are not any other copies of this card. And again, Hex, linoleum, 200 power, you're looking at north of $2,000 again for this one. We have some historical sales of other heroes, Dr. J, some other guys in that same format that are around 2,000, 2,500. So another just massive card pulled out of a double mega. And just simply gorgeous. I mean, Freak Show, the hands, the hex hands, the purple combined with that linoleum treatment is just a beautiful card. I think I would rather have the burner. Just being a super, I would choose to have the super foil. I feel like it's a little bit more iconic. It's a tough choice though. I mean, this card is fantastic looking. I think anybody who is trying to PC or collect Freak Show, this is a must have. Not just the supers, but also the secret 101s. Just an insane card, and congratulations to the two people who pulled those. But I think they're on par in terms of value level. Giannis is in the news for being traded this summer. We don't know where he's going to go, potentially a big market team. So there certainly could be some Giannis collectors shopping for some of his big cards this summer. And that would be an attractive buy for them.
Yeah, so this is just clicking for me, guys. So we talked about Seth mentioning that when the SCGs, it's very much focused on play, but we do want to bring the collectors out. And what a better way to get people who are wanting to get their hands on these cards at MSRP. When you go to these SCGs, one of the big things that I love about them is a sealed tournaments. So you're getting an opportunity to buy product at sealed prices or at MSRP prices. And in this case, it clicked. Those two cards were pulled on Sunday sealed by members of Pulls and Pars. So some of the breakers that you love to watch, they're trying to get, they're consistently in the play area. They're going and they're breaking, they're ripping packs, and they pulled absolute bangers. So for what I love about the SCGs is Bo Jackson's always stood out as something fun and exciting, something different, something that's not as intense. And even though we had the regional that I was a part of them, and I'll speak on that quickly here in a little bit, these sealed tournaments, some of the more kind of like or rookie modes that they've had in some of these things stand out in the sense that Bo is so much different from the other things that we can have fun and we can learn and we can rip packs and get excited about it. So that's definitely a plus, and I would like to see the SCGs kind of stay more in that arena. Instead of being true regionals, because then we just end up being a very intense moments where some of these other ones are.
That's a good point. Bo Jackson Battle Arena, they try to be inclusive to everyone. That's collectors, that's players, that's just the casual sports fan. There's something for all different lanes. I'm sorry, Anthony, continue. What were you saying?
Yeah. So mentioning on the checklisting. So this was the first time that checklist was premiered as a format. Definitely was the first time that we're able to stress test it. I think the format's actually great. We're able to take out some of the cards that were creating the current meta, make things a little fun, innovative in the sense that people really had a bunch of mixture. People had fire decks and ice decks, and I ran with something that wasn't either, just to make sure that I wasn't handicapped if possible. And it was really cool, but because it was something new, because it is a regional and you have people who are on the top end, what we would consider professional players, they really are there to win. And then you have some newer players who are still what we call maybe beginners, and that mixture just always doesn't mix very well. And so that tournament, as fun as it was grueling because it ended up being almost 11 hours. I finished up the championship match with C-Town, who I unfortunately lost to. And I always say there's no better competitor in Boba than C-Town. And if you're going to go get someone for the championship, it's got to be the top dog, and he's the top dog.
You lost this time.
I lost this time, but I'll be back.
The war still goes on.
I tried for you guys. I'm really trying to knock the giant off his horse, but he deserves that spot, and we'll be back another time. But definitely some things to learn from. I think the checklist is great, and hopefully we look forward to. I think it's getting premiered again in Las Vegas in a couple months.
Thank you for the word, gentlemen. Guys, we got to wrap this up. 10 minutes goes by fast. When can we see you next, real quick?
Wednesday break for me.
Okay, awesome.
I'll be back next week. I think not this Monday, but next Monday.
Choo-choo. I'll see you Sunday. Guess what? Mainly Breaks is back. See you guys.
Yes.